breaker. A red flag, and at Heart of Dating, what we say is a red flag is a sign of caution, right? It means you should pause to find out more information.
Like take a stop, right? It's like red. So what do you do when you see a red light? You stop. You say, okay. So you stop, you pause. And before you move forward with this person and you turn the light green, you want to find out more information about this red flag.
There's a good example. It's a minefield, right? How would you describe that? Like if I was walking through a minefield with red flags or caution flags.
You don't really know. Oh, like if I could see them?
Yes.
Oh, if I could see them, you would like avoid them at all cost.
Yeah, it's like a stoplight, or it's like the whole point is you're planting a red flag saying this could be a potentially big issue. I need to investigate more.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, definitely. Now, it is not necessarily a deal breaker. What it is a circumstance or a behavior that you don't really want in a long-term relationship. Now, I'm going to say something that might feel a little controversial, so just take a deep breath. But guess what? The reality is we all have red flags to some extent. Every person, me and JJ, every person listening to this. Why? Because we are imperfect people that need Christ, which means we are going to probably have some red flags in certain situations because we don't have perfect days every single day, right? I'm sure you don't want every person that you're dating to see you when you have a little bit of road rage on the highway because they'd be like, wow, that's a red flag. Look at how they just treated that person on the highway, right? If we're being real honest, okay, we all have some red flags to some extent, and that's a wake-up call.
Yeah, and I think that's a hard pill to swallow for people who have a hard time admitting because of pride that I don't have red flags. Well, I think we need to go to God's word and really evaluate who we really are as human beings. But more importantly, the reality is that when you marry someone and when we hear someone talk about the person they're going to marry and we say, do you see any potential issues, right? Are there any concerns? And they say, no, they're really awesome. They're really perfect.
I'm like, okay.
We're like, oh my goodness. So one of our favorite questions before someone is getting married, we say, hey, do you have a really good idea of what their red flags are? Meaning like, what are their, what are their character flaws and tendencies if they were to say,